All right, you guys, here's a quick walkthrough of tonight's homework. Feel free to use it. Just kind of jot it down as I go. Stop, rewind. You know how to work all that kind of stuff. But again, this is homework due for the 14th. What day is that again? What was the deal? Valentine's Day. Hope you guys have big plans so you can make some fun out of it if we can. Finding the equation of a line is the idea, and there's two different situations. One where I give you the slope and a point, and the other where I give you 2 points. The only difference is in part B, you got to go find the slope, whereas in part A, I give it to you. The rest is all the same. So here goes. So let's go with that first one. Slope 3.6 negative 3. This process, I highlighted today the point slope form, and that literally is called point slope form because if you have a point and you have a slope, there's a place to put them in the equation, and I've indicated those over here to the right. 3 goes in for the slope where m is, and x1 and y1 are the only two places you're going to put numbers. You do not use both points. If you have 2 points or any other points, you just used x1 and y1 from a point in your problem. So I put negative 3 in for for y, and 6 in for x. Notice how easy it's going to be to mix those up. So one common error is to put the wrong one in the wrong place, and so be careful. The next is if you put in a negative 3 and you're subtracting it as part of the formula, you have to add 3, so minus a negative 3. Watch out for that. Then the rest, I think, falls into place. The idea is I don't have to go find the slope when it's given. I can just take that slope and use it. The next problem, I actually have to find the slope between the 2 points first. So in the notes we took today, that was part 1, finding the slope. Well, we got it. Then we did part 2, is putting the slope and a point into the equation to get this point slope form. Got it, part 2 over there. 3 is getting the slope-intercept form, the mx plus b one, the one that we can sketch. So today we practiced how do you even kind of picture what the line looks like. Just sketch it knowing its slope and y-intercept. Well, I can make this point slope form into slope-intercept form by doing all these calculations. And if you take a look, I can back that up here in a minute too. That was a little fast, but we back that up just a tad bit. So I can distribute the 3, and then I can that 3 next to the parentheses, and then I can subtract 3 from both sides, and basically I'm getting y by itself. So if I keep going, okay, so I distribute the 3, subtract 3, and I get this y equals 3x minus 21. Now that's a graphable, something you might recognize. You might see the slope of 3, the y-intercept of negative 21. That's a really low y-intercept, which will make fun for graphing in this particular context. But those two equations that I just underlined in red, they're both ways of describing that line. The bottom one is easy to picture when you draw it. The top one is just easy to plug the numbers into. They both work. So the next is, how about the graph? There's 2 ways to graph this, and I want to have the graph. I didn't ask you to do that in your homework, but this is just to show you. I would go ahead and put it in there if you can. The slope and the point themselves, I could put the point down, 6, negative 3, and use the slope, the 3 rise, run 1, and use that to graph it. Or I could take the equation 3x minus 21, use its y-intercept of negative 21, and go up 3 over 1. Well, negative 21 for a y-intercept is way down there. Look at that. It's way down there. But the equation works. It still describes the same line. You just get at it in a different way. Here's number 2. The next one is 2 points. Now, we add the step of I got to get the slope. So you subtract the y's, subtract the x's in the same order. Should get a slope of 1. Then the next piece is take that slope in one of the points. Only pick 1 point. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to choose 4, 3 because I like 4, 3. I put it in there with the slope, and that's the equation I get. I literally take out y1 and x1. Those are the only 2 you ever replace. Y and x stay y and x. Then if you want it in slope-intercept form so you can graph it and know what it looks like graphically, you distribute that 1 next to the parentheses and then add 3 to both sides. And so there's the distribution of 1. Add 3, and you get y equals x minus 1. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1, that last step there. So if I graph this, I go to a negative 1 y-intercept, and if you can't see it, the slope is 1 right there. And so I can go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So there it is. There's my line, starting at negative 1 y-intercept, up 1 over 1. Or, I could take those 2 points that I had initially. They should be on that line. That's the idea. I found the line that goes through those 2 points. Check it out. These points should be on there. So let's go check it out. Does 3, 2 fall on that line? Right there. Sure does. How about 4, 3? Yep, it's right there. And that's the end of the story. That's the homework for tonight. Take it, rewind it, copy it. Please bring it with you tomorrow.